Have you noticed how a lot of spiritual advice these days sounds like it was written by somebody who's never been skint? And I don't mean, ooh, things are a little bit tight just before payday skint. Nah, I'm on about constantly checking your banking app just to see if it's changed its fucking mind levels of skint. Modern spirituality assumes that you've got time, energy, money, and a nervous system not constantly set to brace for impact. It talks about alignment and abundance, like the gas bill isn't sitting on the side and silently judging you. Here's the problem: you're being told to raise your vibrations whilst your body's in survival mode. That's like telling somebody to chill and relax whilst the house is burning down around them. You see, if spirituality is not working when you're stressed, tired, or worried about money, then it's not really wisdom, is it? It's more of a luxury product. This is why a lot of advice doesn't stick. It just bounces off us. Not because we're broken, not because we're not doing the technique right. It's because you can't think your way out of survival stress. The only way to respond to life properly is when your body feels safe. Your nervous system doesn't really respond to affirmations. It responds first to safety. It's a bit like Only Fools and Horses. Del Boy is always convinced this is the one. This is the scheme that will make them millionaires this time next year. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hope is human. But the problem is reality kicks in for him, doesn't it? The van is knackered. The deal turns out to be dodgier than Del realised. And at the same time, the bills are all piling up on the side. This is where a lot of the advice goes wrong, because they talk about it as if it's Del Boy's dream that is the problem. But the real problem is pretending that the dream means you don't have to deal with reality. As I say, there's nothing wrong with hope, but don't build your spirituality and aspirations around a dodgy three-wheeler. Awareness without grounding doesn't make you peaceful. Makes you irritated, tired, probably a little bit resentful. And that's not a spiritual failure. It's just what happens when insight outruns stability. Real, grounded spirituality, the kind that works for the average person, isn't about pretending you're above it all. It's not about visualizing your way out of reality or blaming yourself when it doesn't work. It's not about enlightenment. It's more about becoming more solid as a person. Let's be honest here, if you were really interested in enlightenment, you know you've got to dedicate your life to it, which probably means going and spending the rest of your life in a temple or monastery. What I'm talking about here is steadiness over hype, responsibility without self-punishment, making small choices that you can keep to even when you're feeling knackered. If your spiritual practice only works when you've had 8 hours kip, meditated for 40 minutes and downed a pint of whatever the latest recommended pretentious drink is, let's be honest, you haven't got a spiritual practice, it's more of a hobby. Life doesn't meet us on the yoga mat. It meets us in traffic. It meets us at work. It meets us when we're staring at bills for things we'd forgotten we'd ordered. So, if a piece of spiritual advice collapses the minute real life turns up, don't stress it. You're not doing anything wrong. It probably means that that piece of advice was never meant for your life in the first place. And if that hit a nerve, good. Nerves is usually where we feel things before we understand them. And if you want more perspectives on mental health and spirituality that don't pretend that class, money and exhaustion don't exist, you know where to find me. And to be sure, so you don't miss future videos, click the follow, like, subscribe button thingy wherever it is above or below me. And I'll see you in the next video.